I've been wanting to make a video about the theaters for a couple weeks now, and I just kind of really haven't been that motivated to do it. But if you have not seen online, Warner Brothers just made a huge move for 2021 movies. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and discuss what this move is, came up with a pros and cons list, tell you what it means, and we'll go from there. So what is the deal that happened between Warner Brothers and what they're going to be doing with HBO Max? Well, all of the 2021 movie releases, which is 17 that were going to come out by Warner Brothers next year, will now be available to watch on streaming the same day it comes out in theaters. Every film is going to be available on HBO Max for 1 month. Now, we're going to talk about why why I think it's only for a month in my pros and cons list. But then after that month is up, it's going to be only exclusively in the theaters until the distribution window, which is usually like 91 days or something, until that window is closed. So what movies have been affected? Well, I'm not going to name all 17, but some pretty big ones. We have Godzilla vs. King Kong, Matrix 4, Dune, and the Suicide Squad are just some of the 17 that are going to be making that move. Now, before making this video, I wrote everything out. I got my notes ready, and I took a while to do my notes because I wanted to make sure that I didn't just write something in the heat of the moment, or that, I got my facts straight. And I actually really wanted to think about my reasoning for what I put in the pros and the cons of this humongous jump in the entertainment industry, because something like this has never happened, and it wasn't supposed to happen for years now. Disney, their plan has been said by their CEO months ago that streaming is their future, but it was going to take a couple years to get there, and obviously because of COVID and everything going on, it kind of accelerated their plan. And I think that Disney moving some of their movies, not all of them, but some of them, like Cruella and Pinocchio, over to Disney, plus when they were originally supposed to come out theatrically, kind of helped HBO and Warner Brothers make this decision about what to do with their movies next year. So let's go ahead and talk about the pros before I talk about the cons. So pro number one, people that were not able to go to the theater, maybe they have a disability, maybe they have anxiety, anything like that, can now see these new movies the same time they come out, and then they don't have to worry about spoilers, and they don't have to worry about waiting another 6 months to see a new movie that they're really anxious for. So now being able to watch a movie at home the same day that it comes out theatrically, people in that position can now be part of seeing that new movie the same day. So something that I've had problems with, but not as much as you would think, is sitting next to a disruptive person. And the possibility of sitting next to a disruptive person may sway some people to not go to the movies as much. But I think that this plan with Warner Brothers kind of eliminates, not all the way, but eliminates to a degree those people from coming to the theater. I've had people take their shoes off near me. I've had people coughing all the time near me, being on their phone, talking, yelling, stuff like that. So those people can now do that at home. So I think that a pro is, if you still want to go to the movies to see these movies, the risk factor of sitting next to a horrible person at the theater goes down. Another pro is, now we know for sure that these movies won't be pushed back anymore. They haven't given dates, but they did say they're going to come out on HBO Max next year, and now we don't have to worry about maybe some of them moving into 2022, because that's what some of the movies moving with other studios have done. They've moved to 2021, and then they moved again to 2022, so now we don't have to worry about that. We're definitely going to see these movies next year. That's another pro. HBO Max is only like 5, maybe 6 months old right now, and doing this gives them a humongous leg up on all the other streaming platforms. There's so many streaming platforms right now, people can't subscribe to all of them. This gives them a huge advantage right now. Change can be good, If it doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out. But if it works out, it might become the new thing. And you never know unless you try. So change can be good. It stops stream jumpers. These are people that they sign up for something for a month, watch everything they can, and then they don't sign up again for another 4 months, and they just go platform to platform, every month, and they do the free trials and stuff. Like I said, nothing wrong if you do that, but this is going to stop it because, like I said earlier, these movies are going to be on HBO Max for 30 days before they're removed. They're eventually going to be put back on, but this is why I believe they're going to be on there for only 30 days. It creates a sense of urgency. So instead of someone saying, oh, Wonder Woman comes out on Christmas Day, but you know what? I'll get to it when I get to it because I know it's going to be on that platform. If they put a time limit on there saying it's only there for 30 days, then that gets people to sign up and to watch it as soon as they can before that 30 days is up. And like I said, with the stream hoppers, this is going to stop it, I believe, for HBO Max, not for other services, but because there's 17 movies coming out, you're going to get multiple big movies coming out in the same month, or at least once a month. So if you sign up to see Wonder Woman, then maybe next month Space Jam 2 comes out. What is the point of canceling your subscription? It was very smart by Warner Brothers to do this because they pretty much guaranteed that if you sign up for HBO Max, you're going to sign up for a year. Now let's talk about the cons. So before COVID happened, we have these billion-dollar movies coming out all the time, right? Movie theaters before COVID, so it's even worse now, but before COVID, their profit margin was very, very thin, razor thin. The studios knew that they were taking advantage of the theaters, but what are you going to do? They kind of haven't been over, you know? So this is a big, big deal for theaters because why would someone go see Suicide Squad in the theater when you can watch it at home? Now, crazy people like me, I will go see movies in the theaters, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna go see every single one of these movies in the theater. I love the theater experience, I prefer it actually, but if I can watch it day of at home and I don't feel like going out, I'm not going to. And the reality is, a lot of people before COVID, when they would go to the theater, they would only pick a certain amount of movies a year, the big movies, to go out and see. And those people that only pick, let's say, 5 movies a year to go take their family to, well, if half of those movies were made by Warner Brothers, they're now going to stay home. My next con is HBO Max put a lot of pressure on all the other studios. It's a domino effect. So I believe that the next studio up will be Disney. They already said that Cruella and Pinocchio are going to be transferring to Disney Plus, but I believe Black Widow is going to be next, and they're even going to move a whole bunch of other stuff because of this move that HBO did, and it's a numbers game. They want people to sign up, they want people to stay signed up. It's all about numbers. So I think that is going to create a domino effect with all these other studios. These big movies were made for hundreds of $millions. They're going to take a big hit with the box office, obviously. But I also think that Warner Brothers is okay with that because this is just the first step in their plan, I think. I think that they take a little bit of a wash for this year, next year, because they see the potential for the next 5 years. Another con that has been a big problem for as long as I can remember is piracy. The people that don't sign up for HBO Max, they're going to be able to find these movies a lot faster online for free or for a discounted price. So piracy upticks are going to go up. So another con is, one of the reasons I love the movie theater experience is you're there and it's a whole night. I can sit on my couch any day of the week with, a big bowl of popcorn and a soda. But it's not the same as going out to a theater, making a night out of it, dressing up, taking a date out with you, meeting friends, going with your best friend. it's not the same as going out and experiencing it together, or even with 100 different other people, all laughing, crying, being scared at the same time. And then when you come out of the theater, you go out and get something to eat, you discuss the movie, and it takes up pretty much your whole night. At home, it doesn't have that same experience. I remember even bad movies. I remember seeing those bad movies and remember watching them if I went to the theater, because I remember it was a night out. Now, those same bad movies, if I were to just watch them at home, that's just another bad movie at home, and I probably will forget that experience. But the big question that's been going around for this whole entire last year is streaming the future, and are movie theaters dying? And I've been very hard-headed to say, no, the theaters are not dying. All year, even in my previous videos, I've said that, and I think that's just because of my love for theaters. But this takes a big hit on them. They are on a crutch right now. Universal before this made a deal to shorten the distribution window, and that kind of, I think, was the snowball that started at the top of the hill and now is starting to get bigger and bigger and bigger. So what do theaters have to do right now? They need to adapt and change, and they need to see that times are changing. And something that I thought was going to happen within 10 years is now happening in under that, and theaters need to get ready to change. I don't know if this is a good one, but this is just the first analogy I could think of. If someone has a heart attack and they go to the doctor, they have surgery, whatever, the doctor tells them, okay, you're gonna have a new diet, you're gonna have to start exercising, you need to stop eating this, you need to start eating this, blah, blah, blah. If the person does not change their diet and take this seriously, then they could potentially have more heart problems and die. So the theaters need to take the doctor's prescriptions, and they need to change. So something else to remember before we end the video is this deal, they said it's only for a year. It's not gonna be for a year. Unless only 6 million extra people sign up for HBO Max, which is not going to happen, there's gonna be a humongous uptick in subscriptions. They are gonna do this again next year. And as I said earlier, it's gonna be a domino effect for other studios. Anyway, that's it for this quick video. If you want to do more research on it, just go online, type in Warner Brothers HBO Max, it should pop up. I would like to hear everyone else's thoughts, and maybe there's a pro or a con that I'm missing, and let me know. But for now, thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.